Welcome, friends. I'm Key Lime Jaguar. We got a crazy one tonight. This guy outlines what I guess he thinks is the perfect woman, or at least the perfect Christian woman. And look, I don't care what you believe. It's totally cool. Whatever that is, it doesn't matter. But what you need to know about me is, at least, I was raised in the South, talking Bible Belt, talking church multiple days a week. Like, I've spent thousands of hours reading the Bible. Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean anything. If you're an atheist, cool. If you believe in something up there, cool. Doesn't matter. All I know is this guy sucks. So let's make fun of him together. All right, let's figure this thing out. I know it's a new show. Hopefully you like it. Thanks for watching. This song is a legal requirement to prove that this is fair use. I promise that once it's all over, we'll make lots of jokes for you.
The best way to get into a healthy marriage that you enjoy
Is definitely by listening to strangers on the internet.
in your season of singleness, and then to marry a godly woman
That's why I married Hera.
before you marry her. If you marry a modern woman who's swallowed
Yes, please, carry on.
cultural lies and rejected biblical truth, then you can guarantee you're going to have a miserable marriage.
The only guarantee that I would trust from this guy is where to buy hair gel in bulk.
If you're a traditional Christian man and you want to find a godly wife.
I'm not, and I don't, but let's see where this goes.
Rejects the clear commands in the Bible about a woman not leading in the family and in the church. To be very clear, the Bible does not say that it's wrong for a woman to lead in contexts outside of the church and the family.
Michelle Buck is the CEO of Hershey. She's worth over $100 million personally, but according to this guy, she couldn't handle my household. She doesn't know how to run this ship.
To be a manager over men in the secular workplace. However, the Bible does specifically say a woman should not lead in the church or in the family. When a woman believes to be equal with her husband, she must have the same role as her husband. This is a red flag.
Your face is a red flag, guy.
Equal with her husband and of equal value in the church, but her role is different.
Of course, separate but equal. Everybody loves that. Historically speaking, that's always worked out. Guys, where are you going? Come back. Slow down. Come back. Come back.
Doesn't understand that, and she feels like you should all be exactly the same, then avoid her, because
Men, if there's a woman that says you're equal and you say that you're not, you should avoid that woman because she hates you, and so do I.
number two, if she's offended by the word submit as it's properly used in Scripture. I'm not.
Ah, yes, the biblically accurate version of submit. Like when St. Paul got the devil in a rear naked choke and made him tap out. That's right, tap out! You submit, baby, to the power of the Lord!
saying this is a watershed moment or a watershed topic that instantly lets you know where a woman stands theologically and in her spiritual maturity. And
Yes, if you won't submit to me, it must be because you're so immature spiritually.
properly used in the Bible, because we could do a whole nother video about
Please
how
don't.
men misuse this word submit when it refers to wives. So, yes, in the Bible,
Hey, story time. Grew up in the Bible Belt, went to church probably 4 days a week or more, no exaggeration. I've seen this verse used so many times at so many weddings, it's appalling. In fact, I was dating a girl once, and this girl was not raised in the church, and I took her to one of my friend's weddings. And when my girlfriend saw this verse be read and saw the lady on stage say out loud how she's going to submit to her husband and submit to God, and they're going to submit, my girlfriend elbowed me pretty hard and said not very quietly how she will never have anything to do with that nonsense. We've been married for 10 years.
and in that very same passage in Ephesians 5, it says that husbands are to die for their wives. So
Illustrated here by two very alive people, but whatever.
General public. To submit or to die. So those are both words could be offensive if we take them out of context. But when we use these words in their proper context, they are beautiful. and they show a beautiful union that expresses
That beautiful union of death and submission.
Additionally, a man is never told to make a woman submit. A husband is never told anything directly about a wife submitting to him.
I mean, sure, I already showed you multiple verses that are saying that exact thing, and there's also one on the screen right now. But, besides all of those, we're never really told much.
It says, wives, submit to your husbands. That means it's her choice.
Hey, totally, guy. Her body, her choice. I'm certain you would agree with
Men are
that.
not called to make women submit. It has to be their choice. And to the Christian men I'm talking to, if she doesn't want to make that choice, when you're trying to make the choice to love and sacrifice as you're called to do, then don't get involved with her.
Exactly. It's her choice. So if she chooses wrong, never love her, just like Jesus said.
Biblical and healthy, as it says in Ephesians 5:33, there needs to be an emphasis of love and respect. The husband emphasizing love and the wife emphasizing respect, which doesn't mean that husbands don't love and respect and wives don't love and respect.
I mean, my wife doesn't love or respect me, and that's fine.
Our hearts. Number 3, if she views her career and her career goals just like a worldly man does. Again, to be clear, it's not sinful for a woman to value her career. For example,
She just can't value her career as much as I value my career, because I have testicles, and that's the rule.
Entrepreneurial, she did value working and producing an income. So that's not wrong for a woman to have some goals there. However, when you read about a Proverbs 31 woman, it's clear that her family was her main focus.
Yes, that is pretty clear. What is also clear is that Proverbs is a book in the Old Testament, and books in the New Testament, such as Hebrews, say that when Jesus came, he came to destroy the Old Covenant. Ergo, the Old Testament is meaningless now, but for some reason, he doesn't seem to bring that up as much as he brings up having a submissive wife.
Get older and realize that was a mistake. That wasn't true. They're not happy because their career doesn't satisfy them like a healthy family unit would have satisfied them. So as a man,
Hear that, ladies? This guy knows what's going to satisfy you, and it's not having a good job, it's having his
As a
children.
man, you have the responsibility of being the provider. Therefore, you will have a different relationship towards your work than a Christian woman should have towards her work.
I'm certain I'll be misunderstood, generally speaking, because I actually like the Bible, believe it or not. I think there's a lot of good stuff in that helping friendly book. It's just obviously old. And the morality thing, like love your neighbor, that still rings true. It's a very simple concept. But the idea that the man had to be the one to earn food was relevant back then. Back when you had to kill a wildebeest just to eat something, that you needed a man, and a lot of them, big, strong dudes in a hunting party. Instead, nowadays, I get my meat from, McDonald's, much like most of you. I also work in an office, much like most of you. So the idea that I would be any different than the woman sitting right next to me in my office is laughable. But this guy can't seem to move along, probably because he doesn't believe in evolution.
Believes abortion is good. Now, maybe you're like, what does abortion have to do with this topic? I'm like, yeah, I agree it's wrong, but this is a video about red flags about dating women. So here's why I put this in here. It's a quick test to know.
Look, here's the deal. Abortion is an incredibly divisive topic. It's an incredibly nuanced topic. There are thousands of different reasons that you could believe whatever it is you believe, and that's fine. So let's just let this guy finish up what he's saying about that one and get on to the next topic, and hopefully it's less controversial. Son of a...
Is not a sin, and that gay marriage is not a sin. Again, this is another one just like abortion. You're like, what does that have to do with anything? We're both straight. Why does it matter?
If you're against abortion, you likely have a good reason for that, and I can respect it, because that's a personal thing. If you're against gay marriage, if you're against simply the concept of two people who love each other wanting to stay in love for a long time, if you're against that, you suck. Period.
Follow that idea, who are Christian, have a tendency to just twist plain scripture. It's like just black and white. 1 + 1 = 2. It's just so obvious.
Great point. It is so obvious. Like in Mark chapter 12, verse 31, the second greatest commandment is this: love your neighbor as yourself, aka hate gay people. It's so obvious. It's right there.
That homosexuality is a sin, and marriage is only to be between one man and one woman.
Great
Now,
point. Actually, Romans was written by Paul. We know this for a fact. And it sounds like he was just left out of the orgy, so he's just kind of pissed off about it. And then the book of Leviticus, 18:22, literally translated is, "Thou shalt not lie with a man, as thou lie with a woman." So as long as you're plowing the woman in the front and the man in the back, you're good to go, according to the Bible.
condemning those outside the church. We're not to condone their sin. I'm not saying it's okay, but according to 1 Corinthians 5, verses 12 through 13, we're supposed to be judging those inside the church, not those outside the church.
This whole video has been a methodology on how to judge people outside of the church, or am I missing something?
They're so compassionate, which can be good, it bleeds into their reasoning, and they turn off their reasoning skills and choose to follow their feelings instead of biblical truth. And that's where you need to see that as a huge red flag. Because if a woman's
Oh, purple hair, she's a witch, burn her.
gay marriage and just say, well, I feel so bad about this group of people. I wish they could experience love how they want to experience love. That just tells you they're completely following their feelings. They don't care what the Bible really says. And that means they're always going to be like that. They're always going to just follow their feelings. They're not going to submit to Scripture when it's hard, because it's going to be hard in marriage to do the right thing.
Something tells me that's not an actress so much as a home video of this guy's wife.
That's not easy. And so if this person is obsessed with following their own feelings, just avoid them. Don't get involved.
Why are you so scared of feelings, guy? You got a couple feelings you're afraid to act on or something?
Value motherhood and being a wife. You can learn a lot about a woman by how she treats other women and other types of women. Who does she look up to and who does she look down on?
Like how you made an entire video looking down on women who don't submit to you, or are we talking about something else here?
That are degrading towards stay-at-home moms. Oh, she's just a stay-at-home mom. Or, oh, she's one of those weirdos who homeschools her kids. Or, those degrading comments or those untrue comments of a man and a woman can do exactly the same thing. A woman can do everything a man can do, and a man can do everything a woman can do.
It's like he's never heard the song, "Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better." I heard it in 3rd grade, and it made more of a lasting impact on me than anything this asshole has said.
Obviously, when we're just being logical and factual. So if she's that type of woman who's degrading a traditional woman who has embraced those types of qualities you value, then just don't go down that path with her. It's a big red flag. And as a little side note, a stay-at-home mom, what could be more important than that? She's literally...
What could be more important than that, other than the things this guy has already listed, like his work being more important than hers?
Christian men, maybe you're a family man already, or you're going to be a family man. I would highly recommend you think about homeschooling, because traditional schools and just schools in general are teaching a bunch of nonsense right now. And not
Teaching all that sciencey flim-flam and their factualifications and whatnot. I'll trust a book that was written before the invention of electricity, because my grandpappy told me we don't trust electricity, we trust the Bible and nothing else.
If she can't see that, move on and avoid her. She's not the one for you. And number 7, if she goes to a theologically liberal church and or listens to...
I mean, come on, man. This guy doesn't even trust other churches because they're too liberal. They're theologicalifications of the liberalnistics of the teaching of the churches because they're liberal, because they don't do what I say and they don't think like I think, and I want a slave wife. I mean, those are red flags, everybody. So just look, if you made it 13 minutes into this, I'm stunned and as appreciative as I can possibly say. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.